What's going on, guys, and welcome back to my channel with me, Calvin. I'm going to do my championship predictions. I think about going to do League 1, League 2, but I'm definitely doing Premier League predictions. I won't be doing just yet. Give it another week because the Premier League starts a week after the Championship and League 1, League 2, etc. starts. So I'm going to start off with my championship predictions. As you know, these are my opinions. I'm obviously going to get hate, dislikes, or people agree with me. Who knows? But I'm going to turn the comments off. Um, but everyone has a right to opinion. As I'm going to say to now, I don't know the Championship as much as I know the Premier League, but I do know the Championship quite a lot. Um, the teams there, the good. There's some very good teams in there. As I always follow the playoffs, especially, and I do watch some very good teams. So I'm going to start off I'm going to start from the bottom. I'm going to start off with number 24. He's going to finish rock bottom. I'm going for Burton. Now, I might not have the greatest of reasons to say why I chose these positions, but I'm going to say Burton. I just feel the team's got weaker now, and last season they finished 20th, and they only scored, by looking at the last table, was it 49 goals and conceded 63. I think they've lost one player, but the team is quite aging a bit. I know they've got a few young players, but it's quite aging, their team, I've noticed. I just feel they did well to stay up in the Championship last season, but I feel they're going to go back down to League One this coming season. I don't think they're going to play well, so I've chosen them to go 24th. In 23rd, I have picked Barnsley. Now, Barnsley last season finished 14th, but they lost some good players like Kent and some good players. But last season, scored 64 goals, conceded 67. I just feel... I'll explain why I picked them there, but I've seen other people pick them in their predictions in the relegation. I just feel Barnsley are a bit more weaker now, and I just see them as a League One team in my eyes, like Burton now. I just see them as a League One team, so that's why. In 22nd place, the last relegation spot, I've picked one of the newly promoted who come up to the Championship this season, and I've picked Millwall. Now, Millwall, don't get me wrong, when they were was it the FA Cup, something like that? Was it the League Cup last season at home? They played very well against the smaller Premier League teams. They really did, beat a few of them. They did well last season. They beat Bradford 1-0 in the final. I just feel don't get me wrong. I have a feeling they're going to surprise a few teams, Championship teams this season. But I feel they're going to go down. They're going to go down. So I'm going to say Millwall to be the last of the three. So Burton, Barnsley, and Millwall to get relegated next season. To finish outside to just survive, I picked QPR. I presume Holloway's still manager. They finished 18th last season, and I just feel with QPR, their team, when I look at it, it's not strong enough. It's just like last season. I just feel, don't get me wrong, I think Holloway's a good manager. You know what he did with my local team Blackpool, taking them up, but then they got relegated that season after. I just feel QPR aren't that strong enough to progress higher up the table when I look at their team. So I'm going to say, just to edge it, I think they'll stay up. So I'm going to say 21st. Next to number 20, I've picked, and they finished 19th last season, I picked Birmingham. And I just feel Birmingham as well, that same kind of not strong team. And they scored 45 goals last season, conceded 64. I just feel that they're not that good. I just feel that they're going to struggle to win a lot of games this season. So yeah, in 19th, I've picked Bristol City. Losing Abraham is a big blow to them. Very good player. He's gone to Swansea. I think his loan ended. He went back to Chelsea, didn't he? So then they loaned him to Swansea. He's on loan from Chelsea. He's at Swansea now. But losing him is a big blow to them. Last season, Bristol City finished 17th, 60 goals, conceded 66. I just feel, they'll stay up. I can see them staying up, but I just feel they've got some good players, one or two good players in there, but I feel the team's just weakened quite a lot. Losing Abraham, the attack I'm talking about, unless they get someone good to replace him, I don't know. In number 18th, I've picked Notts Forest. Now they finished 21st, just surviving on goal difference. And Blackburn went down because they both had the same points, but Notts Forest had a better goal difference by 2 goals. I think they'll do a bit more better than last season, but not that great. But I'm putting them as 18th. Next up, we've got another newly promoted team that I think will do well this season. Not too well, but I think we'll get probably mid-table. I've got Sheffield United. It's going to be great seeing the, whatever you call it, I'm going to call it the Sheffield Derby. I'm not an expert of derby names in the Championship or League One, but I do like that derby, and it's going to be great to see that again. Obviously, you think Sheffield Wednesday is the stronger force, which I do think that. I agree with that as well, but it's going to be entertaining to see at Hillsborough and at Bramall Lane as well, home and away. So I put them 17th. I think they'll shock a few teams. I think they'll do well. I think they'll survive. Number 16th, I've gone for Ipswich in 16th. Last season they finished 16th. I just feel with Ipswich, they're going to be mid-table. I can't see any excitement from them, anything high. I can't see playoffs. No, I can't see that. So yeah, 15th, I've gone for the last promoted team, well, newly promoted team, and that is Bolton Wanderers. It's great to see them back in the Championship. To think they were a Premier League team about, was it 10 years ago? Now, 9-10 years ago. I mean, probably less. But I tell you, it's great. They signed 1 or 2 good players, and I feel this is where they belong. Well, in my eyes, I think they belong back in the Premier League, but this is a step up. This is fantastic for them. I think they're going to shock a few teams as well. They've got a good, strongish team. So I'm going to go for Bolton to finish 15th in their first season back in the Championship. In 14th, I've gone for Cardiff. Now, Cardiff last season finished 12th. And they scored 60 goals, conceded 61. I think they lost a striker. Can't remember what his name was, but I don't know if he was that good for Cardiff. But I've gone for mid-table again for Cardiff. Just 2 places down from last season. Next up, now this will probably annoy a lot of Reading fans. I've not done this. I said it already. Reading. I've said Reading 13th. Now the reason why I said Reading is, now this is my personal opinion, but you see 1 or 2 teams in the past who have done well, who've done the playoffs, but they've not progressed to the final, or they've gone to the final, they've lost, and then the season after they've finished outside the playoffs and stuff, they've gone further down the table. I just feel Reading that they're going to finish 13th this season. Now, it could change, they could finish higher, but when you look at when I mentioned the teams that are higher, I've gone for Reading to be 13th. So I'm going to stick by that, Reading 13th. In 12th, I've gone for Derby County. Losing Tom Ince is a big blow for them. It's gone to Huddersfield, was it? Yeah, I think it was Huddersfield. Big blow for them. Very good player, talented player. That's going to damage them a bit. Derby last season finished 9th. But I feel they're going to finish 12th this season. 11th, I've gone for Preston. Now, last season they finished 11th, and they've been good in the Championship, and I expect them to do good as well this season. I don't think they get playoffs, but I'm going for an 11th place finish for them. In 10th, now this is going to get interesting now. I actually put this team higher. I actually put them in the playoffs. But judging how the team now, and they played, I'll let you know who they are. It's Sunderland in 10th. I picked, now a lot of people would agree with this, that I actually had them written down for 6th. I had them written down for the last playoff place, but then I changed my mind quickly, especially the 5-0 loss to Celtic. Was it yesterday? I mean, that was shocking, that. And I looked at their team, Sunderland, and they had a decent team out. They had a very decent... Every single name I recognised from last season on the first 11. And I couldn't understand how they couldn't even score a goal past Celtic. That is scary for them. Very worrying. So I put them down for 10th, Sunderland. In 9th, they played very well last season, this team, and I've gone for Fulham in 9th. They finished 6th last season, got the last player place, and lost in the playoff semi-finals. I expect them to do good, but not as good last season, but I expect them to still be... They could get playoffs, I don't know, but this is my opinion. I feel like they'll get quite a high finish in the being the top half of the championship. I can see them there. So yeah, in 8th, I've gone for Norwich. Now last season they finished 8th. They lost one of the Murphy, was it twin brothers? Was it just a brother? Good talented player. He's gone to Newcastle. So that could hurt them a bit. I don't know, but they've still got some good, very good players, young players, ready to make a name for themselves. But I feel they're going to miss out on play. They could get in the playoffs. It's very hard. It's very hard to judge who's going to get in the playoffs, who's not. Some very good teams, especially I've got, so Norwich 8th. In 7th, I've gone for Aston Villa. I think they will miss out on the playoffs. As I said, they signed John Terry. Don't get me wrong, I don't like him as a person, but I like him as a footballer. He's a very good defender. He's a very good defender, what he's done with Chelsea, defensive-wise. And I think he'll really help Aston Villa there, especially because last season, Aston Villa finished 13th. And I feel Terry will help them. And they've signed Whelan as well as a very good player. They've signed 1 or 2 or 3 good players. Villa, probably more to come. I think they'll do better than last season, so I've gone for 7th. Just missing out on the playoffs. In 6th, I've gone for Wolves. I think Wolves have really built kind of this link with Porto, the Portuguese club. I just feel Wolves are going to be a team to watch. I'm going to say it. Any Wolves fans that come across this channel, I really do think your team is going to be the team to watch next season. I really do think that. Some good young players, good manager, and you signed a player from Porto, is it Neves? I think you've got a good team coming, so I think you're going to do well next season. In 5th, last season they finished 10th. I've gone for Brentford. Now Brentford, last season they scored 75 goals, conceded 65, but they could score the goals. And I feel with Brentford, they got a very good team, and I feel this is the season coming up that they can get into the playoffs. I'm being serious. I actually do think that. I think they'll get into the playoffs. In 4th, just missing out on the playoffs, finished 7th behind Fulham by 5 points, is Leeds United. Now, in my eyes, Leeds are a Premiership team. To think it's 12 years ago, 13, when they're in the Prem. It's well over 10 years ago. Talk about mid-2000s when they were last in the Prem. I'd like to love to see them back in the Prem. They're a Premiership team in my eyes, and I'd love to see them back, and I think they'll make a real impact this season. I think they'll get into the playoffs this season. In 3rd, I've gone for Sheffield Wednesday. Now, Sheffield Wednesday missing out. Was it twice now? Losing in the playoffs. I think this time they could go all the way. I can definitely see them in the playoffs. Definitely see them in the playoffs. In 2nd place, it is between Hull or Borough. I've picked Hull City. I'd say it's not going to be easy. You know, some very good teams, Sheffield Wednesday, Leeds, other teams who have been there for years now, wanting to come up, have failed in past season but want to come up this coming season, getting stronger nearly every season. But I picked Hull. They've lost a few good players, especially Robertson going, Maguire going, Livermore going. Markovic isn't there anymore, loan ended, he's not going to go back. I presume Huddleston is gone, who's still there, is going. There's some more players as well, but their team has got weaker now, and that's what you expect from a Premiership team gets relegated. They don't want to stay in Championship, they want to go to European football, back in the Premier League. But I expect Hull to be promoted this season. It could be the way around. Sheffield Wednesday could edge them, I don't know, but I'm going to go for Hull in second place. And I'm going to go for number 1 to finish first and to win the Championship and to return to the Premier League for the first time asking, and is Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough still got some good players in there. I think Chambers has gone back to Arsenal, his loan deal, and Negredo's gone back to Valencia, I think, as well, so he won't be coming back, I don't think. Gibson looks to be on his way out, another defender. Valdez is gone, I think, but I still feel their team is strong enough, especially in attack, to finish top of the Championship. It's not going to be easy, but I predict and I expect them to win it. So those are my predictions, guys. Hope you enjoy this video. Please subscribe, please share, and please like the video if you enjoyed it. And I shall see you guys next video. Bye bye.